So YouTube family, we already know the situation with Deion Sanders and his bladder. Let me be more professional right now because it's football season. Let me go deeper into what Coach Prime was talking about. Today, he talked about a little bit more on that depends deal and why he did it and why he felt how he felt. Y'all go ahead and smash that like button, hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. So Coach Prime got into things and talked about the depend ad and why he went through it. And a lot of you guys, if you don't remember it before we get into the articles, let me refresh in your minds with a couple of videos to the new people who don't know what am I talking about and what Coach Prime was talking about earlier today. Let's just go through with it.
That's that life in the face, man. You think I'm playing when I tell you I'm God's guy.
This is an example of what you should look up to or what you want to be. I want to be like him one day.
When you guys were talking, did he ever consider for a second, like just walking away from coaching and just kind of focusing on that, or was that never an option?
That was never an option. He's a leader, bro. Not at all.
He was saying that he's got a deal with Depends, the adult diaper company.
I'll be transparent. I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean.
A lot of people would be very embarrassed to talk about that. For somebody like him to come out and say, look, I can't control my bladder anymore. I want to continue coaching, but I need to do things to help address these issues, including putting in a portable toilet on the sideline at practice and during games. And for him to sit up there and tell people, not only am I going to embrace my situation, but I'm going to help other people. I want you to go out and get tested. I'm going to be a spokesperson. Yeah. There's a fork in the road, and he made a choice that he's going to embrace this and help people. Not everybody has that strength.
I want the spotlight to move from the Sydney Sweeney ad to this celebrity partnership.
I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like I cannot control my bladder. I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it.
Deion Sanders is the only person who's gone to both a World Series and a Super Bowl and won 2 of those. So for him to come out and really want to break down the stigma, and it's a stigma that's huge, I think is awesome.
You always pee on yourself. Whoa. And you're sitting up there like you are heralded as one of the best athletes to play the game, and you peeing on yourself, man. Like, yeah, like that.
Dude, that's the scariest thing that any athlete ever think about.
Thank God for the pen. To start off, you got a towel up under your bed of these mats because you're gonna pee on yourself. Whoa. And you're sitting up there like you.
Man, shout out to Coach Prime and much respect for people who are strong and can go through that. I personally got a situation like that with my auntie, and I wish my cousin would have let us know, but she was in that situation where, you know, while you're on the bed, and, you know, I'm not going to go deep on that, but I guess it can be shameful and embarrassing. So maybe you don't have to let people know. I guess if you get the pins, look like I'm doing a commercial. Low key, and that was a true story too. That's a commercial right there. Shout out to Coach Prime. She is contagious. But let's read the article. So Colorado coach Deion Sanders did his first advertisement for the Depend adult diaper brand after having his cancerous bladder removed in May. But it's not just the latest sponsorship deal for Sanders. Who also is seen in advertisements for Blenders Eyewear, Aflac Insurance, and California Almonds. This one is about his personal health. It was about his personal health. The mentality of that being a star-studded individual in baseball and football, the highest degrees of baseball. MLB we're talking about, Major League Baseball. I think that'd be going over people's head. This isn't Michael Jordan when he went to AAA. Man, Mike wished he was in AAA. I think it was something lower, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Like, this guy is a world-renowned athlete. The only other guy I can think of is Bo knows who? Bo Jackson, that is. And it's crazy how he can say this in front of the world, bro. That's bravery. Now, the article went a little bit more in depth into things. So Coach Prime, Coach Sanders, that is, says, I wasn't joking. I truly depend on @depend. Sanders said on Instagram on Friday, August 22nd, ain't no shame in taking care of yourself, no shame in getting health screenings, and there certainly ain't no shame in needing added protection or using the pen to stay in the game. That's not weakness, that's winning. You see what I mean? That dude is brave, bro. I'm not laughing because I'm laughing at it. I'm shocked that this the dude I know who was always brave like that, but this is a different step right here. This is encouragement, motivation. I just told you a personal story of my auntie situation. My cousin didn't let us know she had that situation with, peeing in the bed or whatever she's going through. Not that we're making fun of it, but it's strength. And me personally, seen something like that, my cousin would never have to worry about telling me, especially if he would get this depend deal. And I think he should. And I think guys like Coach Prime making awareness of that, like he said, there's a lot of people who are probably in a similar situation, but that pride, and you don't want to go out and about like you're wearing grown, diapers or whatever. But life occurs. These things are safety measures. I don't think anything wrong in that. I'm at a point in my life where I only live for all my kids. So knock on wood, I don't want anything to happen to me, because words you can speak to existence. But my only life mission right now is I had my fun. I'll still have more fun, but life should be about raising your family. So Coach Prime is in that solid warrior mentality already. Let's go a little bit deeper to what they said. Now, this is what happened with the ad. They said the ad shows packages of the underwear underneath his Nike shoes. The company that owns the brand confirmed to USA Today Sports in July that it has a partnership with Sanders. The pen often is associated with jokes and about old age and embarrassing problems with inconsistent. Did I say that? Oh man, I definitely butchered it. My bad, y'all. But educational purpose. Shout out to everybody in here. But Sanders has said he wants to take the shame out of it by discussing it openly and associating it with personal fashion. I mean, before I say that, look, the reason why I'm butchering words like that, if you guys can't see, I'm about to do a root canal. I'm very open about my health situations with y'all. The teeth that got fixed over here got done a bad job. I have real teeth, real nerve and everything. So someone like me going through someone's mistake, you're going to feel everything. So right here is a root canal. I already know somebody. Get the jokes off, have fun. I mean, we're talking about the pins. You really think I care personally about yeah, I do. Look at me trying to play it off. But shout out to everybody in here. What I pretty much think that article number 3 was talking about and referring to, what's more, Coach Prime is a better example of a brand ambassador for the pins, because not only is he talking about it for a check, he's about getting his money like the rest of us, but he's literally living it and going through it. That experience you really can't pay for, honestly. And the confidence and bravado that he has already, he's going to make a lot of people who's going through some type of health situations or problems, not saying it won't get better, but whatever you're going through, to see a man like Coach Prime openly, bravely can talk about it, it will make other people feel comfortable. And that is something that you should add to your brand. That was straight up great marketing 101. I went to business 101 in college like the rest of y'all. You can't get it no better than that, to get a brand ambassador like a Coach Prime. But let me read article 4. So Coach Prime said, "I'm about to sexy them up," Sanders told retired NFL wide receiver Michael Irvin in an interview July 28th, which we all seen already. Sanders said after bladder surgery that "I truly depend on the pen. I cannot control my bladder." After his bladder was removed, a neo bladder was put in its place from his small intestines. It led to changes with how he goes to the bathroom. Sanders talked about it with Irving. "You have to push through your stomach and force the pee out," Sanders said. "Like you can't just pee, and when you feel like you got to go pee, you need to pee or you start leaking." Oh, that's why he wear the pins, bro. That sounds excruciating, man. I'm not gonna lie. The more I read into detail about it, a couple of months ago when we knew about it, I don't think I really put my mind into it. But reading this article, man, I feel bad and happy for Prime. I feel bad that he has to go through that, but happy that he's comfortable in himself and he has a little assisted help. You know what I'm saying? And he's a player. I'm definitely happy Coach Prime got assisted help, man. So the last part of the article, Coach Prime said, "No shame at all. The Pen responded to Sanders on social media site X, "We're proud to help you stay in the game, Coach Prime. Sanders has recovered from cancer and is coaching in his team as normal this month. His team opens up the season August 29th at home against Georgia Tech." Hey, by the way, I'm about to do a whole lot of coverage on Colorado like you're familiar with me doing. Y'all know during the off seasons of everything, I'm usually, my foot is off the gas a little bit. It's more favoring on off season situation. This one is different with many of the players, you know, being in the NFL now, being that we have to continue following the story, but I can't negate and take away from what a whole lot of people over there in Colorado was building. We got 2 stud quarterbacks in Julian Lewis, which one of my son's teammate, his big brother went to school with Julian in Georgia. So salute to Julian. And then you got Slotzer. You feel me? I think I messed up his name last time, but if you see his work in college at the Division II level and Division I, we know he was supposed to be at Tennessee. A little situation happened. We don't want to get into that. And it was dumb to even get rid of him, but it is what it is. Tennessee and Josh Heupel still seen Colorado getting a great acquisition such as, you know, Slotzer, but now seeing Shador and all the other guys, I just been covering that a lot. And I'm not taking my foot on the gas of Colorado. Will definitely show you that playing against Georgia Tech is going to be one of our toughest foes. I don't care how people look at Georgia Tech. They're still an ACC known team that could either give you a bad game or upset and defeat top-level opponents with nothing but 5 stars. We've seen Georgia Tech over the years. I mean, Megatron came from there. We had greats who didn't even make it to the NFL who came from Georgia Tech. I'm just here to tell y'all it's a big game for your first game of the year, where many of your teams like Ohio State and many more are going to be playing cushion baby steps, Division II teams or whatever. HBCUs, no disrespect, because we know HBCU teams are dogs, but I'm just being honest. These bigger schools have more resources, and we're seeing Colorado first game is Georgia Tech, but I believe in us. That's a tough fire. I'd rather face it now than later, because win or loss is going to make the team better. My personal opinion. I've seen this all my life in watching football. When you play these type of games, whether you win or lose, it's going to make your season. So we ready for that. Shout out to everybody. Salute to Coach Prime. Man, just like that, we got another great classic. I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids. Stay blessed.
I see the jealousy and hate. I see